Lee, commiserations, a disappointing result here at Oakwell. Just give us your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, disappointed, obviously. We came here with the full knowledge that these fixtures mean a lot to us, knowing we'd have the backing that we had, and really wanting to push on from what's been an incredibly positive start and obviously a really top week. So the fact that we've not managed to round the week off the way we wanted to is a big disappointment. And in some ways, you know, we've affected the result, and probably in one or two areas we'll look back and individually and collectively we'll want to be better, but we'll certainly have to stick together and take the learnings from it, and look to be better next time round.
It's another away game where there's been abnormalities in the flow of the game, and the team have had to adapt and deal with it in the moment. Just tell us how you think they went about that work.
Well, look, we've talked a lot about we want to get as much learning as we possibly can about this group and how we cope and deal with certain scenarios and situations and game dynamics. We want to get as much of that learning done as we can. Now, we found that we've had 10 men for the opposition. Now we've had 10 men for us. Neither of those have gone the way we would have liked. I thought today, in terms of how we managed and stuck at it, fought, gave ourselves an opportunity to have a foothold in the game in the second period, was incredible. I think anybody that was here will see that there was one team that was really, really pushing in the second half and not standing by as a bystander in the game. We were really, I thought, proactive in our work, had threat, and the disappointing thing for me is, and I've expressed this to the group, is that I felt the goal would come, and I think they felt it as well. But it's such a shame that we weren't able to, you know, keep the scoreline where it needed to be for that to be effective for us. So look, in terms of how we've coped in the second half, in terms of the intent, the attitude, really, really good. I think everybody can see a team that's working and fighting for each other. Collectively, the intensity and work rate was incredible. But we can't get away from the fact we have to be better in certain moments in the game, and of course we'll take those learnings.
I don't want to try and make excuses or take the result away from Barnsley at all, but similarly to the Blackpool result, there were individual errors in the lead up to their goals. There were deflections and unfortunate situations. There's not any similarities in terms of being outplayed or anything like that. You can't speak about the result in that manner, I think it's fair to say.
Well, yeah, and look, that's important, but it's also it also goes down as a loss. So we have to be humble enough as a group, and I certainly have to be humble enough as a manager to accept that and to say, right, well, okay, we've lost a game, and when you lose a game, it doesn't happen by chance or by accident. And what are the reasons as to why the game hasn't gone our way, and what are the moments that has led to us coming out the wrong side of it? And within all of the goals or situations that didn't go our way today, we will be able to look back, and I certainly will be able to look back and say, here we can be better, and that's collectively, by the way. So for me, that's always the reflection. I certainly don't hide behind the fact that the game has been affected by a decision or by a deflected goal or by anything else. I'll never hide behind that. We have to accept that. We have to be humble enough to say, we've been beaten today, let's be better. Let's be better collectively, let's be better individually, and let's find a way to come out the right side of these results.
We've only got 72 hours before we play again. Again, very little turnaround time in our schedule at present. What do the next couple of days look like?
Well, certainly after a game where you've been one man light, we have to recover. That's key. We've got one or two bumps and bruises, so it's important we assess those and make sure we're in good shape heading into next week. A really important week for us. I've been really clear about what the cup competitions mean for us. So next week we have to make sure we're really dialed into that. But then we head into another league fixture with huge significance and importance, and we want to make sure that we're able to get back into our stride quickly and pick up points. So look, that's what we'll look to do. And again, like I say, the guys will need to be ready for that.
Lee, the final word I want to mention just is on the supporters. The best part of 5,000 of them here today. Losing a local derby's never enjoyable, but they didn't show that frustration, or at least outwardly project it at all. They were supportive throughout. The way they embraced yourself and the team at the end was brilliant to see.
Yeah, well, it means a lot because, look, we've just lost a game, and we've just lost a game down the road to a team that we don't want to lose to. So we're so grateful for it. I think the fans can see that they've got a team that are going to fight and that are going to dig in, and they're going to stay together in difficult moments. And it's great for us to know that we've also got a group of supporters that are going to stay with us in difficult moments. Now, it's right that we go and show our gratitude, but it's incredible that they're willing to be behind us for not just the whole half, but and the first half as well, by the way. But of course, post-game, where they are going to be disappointed, but they're with us. That's incredible. We owe them a lot for that. We certainly want to make sure over the next 7 days we repay them for that support.
Lee, thank you very much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.